Hey, what's up, everybody? So this is a clip from the old Jim Ross podcast. This is the one that before he did with Conrad, and this is Shawn Michaels talking about whether or not he wanted to jump to WCW. And yeah, I'll give it a play, and then I'll give it my thoughts. And I got some thoughts percolating that I want to talk about.
Did you ever consider going to WCW? And two, if you had gone to WCW, how do you think that would have affected or impacted your legacy?
Well, one, yeah, I mean, I thought about it, but there's two things I always try to tell people. I mean, I did. I went to Vince and I said, just let me go. Let me go. You know, I'm miserable here. I can't stand it here anymore. I want to go down and be with my buddies. Let me go. And he just said no. And at that time I'm under contract by the WWE, so you couldn't go. But there was a time I did want to go. And then what he said to me after that sort of hit me, and I thought, you know what, maybe he's got a point. And he said, look, you go down there. He said, you're a creative guy. He said, once you get past, being angry, at everything, and it comes to just working, you want to do, your things your way. When you get a chance to have your matches or be creative, whatever, that's what you thrive on. And they won't let you do that down there. You're not going to be able to have that down there. And he said, and that's going to kill you. He said, you'll never be able to make it in that kind of environment because they will, squelch the one thing about this job that you thoroughly enjoy, which is the creative, the creating side. He said, so even if I was gonna let you, you wouldn't like it down there. I'm telling you. And as years pass, and I've heard about how it was down there. I think you might have had some validity there. But truthfully, I couldn't have gone. I was under contract. You know what I mean? It was, as you know, people always thought that you could just leave, and I guess some guys went ahead and left. But Vince, and I guess Vince had him under contract, but he just didn't worry about fighting it. He would have fought it with me, I think.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I think it would have affected my career like it did everybody else's. I mean, I think all the guys that left and went down there, I think it affected whatever their legacy and stuff like that. I mean, I am known solely as a WWE guy.
Right.
There isn't anybody else. I guess Brett can, but heck, even Taker. I mean, he came from there, but I think it would have affected it in a negative way, and I think he probably knew what was better for me back then more than I did.
Or certainly more than you wanted to admit.
Sure.
Well, that's just
time,
the nature of the beast at that point in your life. So,
Okay, so my thoughts. First thing that kind of pops into my mind is he would get thrown in and Hogan wouldn't drop the belt to him in 1997. So he kind of would get lost in the shuffle. Now, would he just jump into the NWO and be with Hall and Nash? Maybe. I also think they could have used him. Now, this might sound weird, but they could have used him as a white hot baby face to feud with the NWO. And then we could have seen him probably with some good matches with he'd probably work with Hall and Nash. We could probably see some matches with Kurt Hennig. I could see him probably working a program with Buff Bagwell, Scott Steiner, those guys. I don't think he'd ever. I don't know. I just don't think Hulk Hogan would let him work with him. I just don't think it would have happened. Now, if he got thrown into the NWO, obviously he would probably feud with Horseman guys. You'd probably see the Flair, Shawn Michaels match sooner. You'd probably see him work with Diamond Dallas Page. You'd probably see him work with Booker T. Have matches with those guys. Maybe we'd even see Shawn Michaels versus Goldberg. You also have to remember Shawn Michaels, right after Brett left, he went on to WrestleMania. He lost the title to Stone Cold, and he hurt his back, and he left for 4 years. He didn't wrestle. This is all hypothetical stuff that you got, fantasy booking. But I think had Shawn Michaels gone to WCW, it would have been really cool. It would have been something just something to think about. Maybe we would have got the Shawn Michaels Randy Savage feud that Randy Savage always wanted. That would have been dope. That would have been really cool. All right, let me know in the comments below what you think. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.